Yes, guys. Yes. How is everyone? Now, about to do a little breakdown for you all. This is my favourite thing to do. I love doing this. This is what I do every day. This is my career, hopefully. This is what I want to do, so I love doing this. And it's going to be, if you've seen the title, you know what it is. That's not mess about, you know. I've watched the game back, and you know what, to be honest, people are going to kill me. It wasn't as bad as first watched. I think when you watch Leeds without the anxiety or the pressure, it's actually alright. Honestly, I'd watch, ideally the second half, watch it back. We weren't as bad as we thought. We had a bad 15-20 minutes. And that's why analysis is good, because it's when you watch it back, you'd see different things, but I'm waffling. Let's just get straight into this. Right, here we go. So, before I go into the specifics, right? Obviously, this is comparing how Wober changed the game and how he could impact in the season. First off the bat, right? This is not a dig at Darko JB at all, because actually in that first half, there's arguments he was our better player. The problem with a young guy with inexperience is he's not got that presence that a guy with experience and leadership has in Wober. Darko did great things and he's going to have a brilliant career, hopefully with us. Although I think we'll struggle to keep him if he does well because City have a buyback clause, but whatever. You guys know how much I rate him. He was very good. But this is just about a player more than just what he does. It's about the mentality and the leadership. Let's get into it. Yeah, so let's get into it. This is the first clip. Right. Darko's received the ball here in this position, as you can see. Now, for me, when Wober comes on, the change it gives every move we have purpose and identity. In this situation with Darko, there isn't necessarily that, just based on, obviously, inexperience, how young he is, the team not understanding him because they don't play with him every week. There's a lot of things that go into it. Wober is a player that plays in this system. He's played in this system. He understands the role, right? Here, Darko gets the ball, as you can see, in this position. There's not really an identity of how we're going to attack, how we're going to progress forward. Right, his head's down, he's dealing with this guy, he does well, he runs into this position, which you'll see. But again, look at this. And what happens here is Firpo, when Wober comes on, Firpo's he'll be up here. Pascal will be out there quickly, Laurent will be in here, Drame comes out here. In this point, we're too narrow and we have not got a solution for that. Bringing on Wober allows that, which you will see. But that's just the first clip. Let's get into the second one. Yeah. So as you can see, there's not necessarily an effective shape. There's not a reason here. There's not a purpose in this movement or attack from Darko. He's done well in that position, but it's not necessarily the role you expect a central midfielder to do in this system, right? And it's shown. The players don't know how to react to it. Now this comes again with experience and leadership. Next clip. So this is more presence. Look how narrow we are. And you'll see how Wober changes this. There's nothing really on. A little ball into here, which is what happens. And then we create a moment out here. But what happens when Wober comes on is we're already out here. And you'll see why. And it's very effective and very impressive. And again, in this situation here, Firpo is already out there. Pascal is already up here. Nyonto is already out there, starting out there. Because it's what Wober does and it's how he demands the players and what he demands. So here we are again. Good position here. This is more like it. So Pascal has it in here. Firpo, for me though, in this situation, he's too high up. Ideally, you want him in here. But what we do is effective when we bring Wober on, right? Darko, again, and Sam Greenwood, to be fair, they're not asking for the ball. They're not demanding the ball in a way a player like Wober does with that leadership experience who always wants it. They're not demanding it. They're expecting it. Which, again, this is all normal for a young player. This is just how Wober, this is nothing to do with them. This is more about Wober, right? Like I said, Darko was excellent. Especially for the first 25 minutes, he was brilliant. And I want to see more of him this year. Because he's only going to grow into this type of player that we need. But again, yeah, just look at this. Not really asking for the ball, not demanding it. And again, I watched this. It's not just, I didn't watch the screenshot, I watched the games. A few seconds later, we have it here. Not really demanding it. And again, but you start to look at this, look at the areas here. Now, what Wober does There's potential in this out wide. You can't see Nyonto's just behind my head there. Wober drifts into this area. See where my mouse is? Wober drifts there. Which you'll see what it creates. And that is the big adapting thing. Darko's very central. Wober, again being left-footed helps, is in this position. Okay? Last one. Darko, where are the options? There isn't any, right? There's not really any options. We're a bit lost. Again, Firpo wants to go up, but it's committing that which is worrying given the space being left here. The moment that changes the game. This is it. 58th minute, these three come on. And I have to say, Cody Drame was excellent. Rodrigo was very good as well. They were all effective. They were all very effective. This is the guy we're talking about. The people are saying this is just Cardiff. Look, I'm not talking about the opponents. I'm talking about how our player affected the system, right? And how we can adapt and how we can massively help. Right. Again, this is straight away. Just a minute. Rodrigo receives the ball. He has a shot, gets blocked. He's here. A presence. Instantly. He has a shot. It's a decent strike, gets blocked. But look what he's enabled already. Look how high Firpo is. It's confidence. Understanding, assurance. There's Wober, he has a shot, he gets blocked. That's just initially. Again, I highlighted this because look at the kind of area he's occupying. He's demanding Strauch marks him. That is not his man. He's telling Strauch, that is your man, I'm in this area here. I'm in here, this is my pitch. Right? That's what he's saying. This is my area, which has allowed Firpo to come inside and Gnonto to stick right wide. Space and numbers, look. There's a 3v2 in here, potentially, a 2v2. Again, look where he's receiving the ball. Like I said with Darko, in here a bit too much. A bit too close to Sam Greenwood. Right? Again, nothing to do with Darko. This is all about how Wober adapted and how the tactics, which are terrible, allowed us to do this. And having the player to fit those tactics in Wober is why I forgot what I'm going to say. Yeah, having those players to fit those tactics is why players are so important, why new signings are so important, right? And this is a good example of it. Tactics work if you have the right players. Look, already, simply look. It's easy to see. Look at there's more options. An easy ball out to him. He can commit as far as he wants because he's in this position, which has allowed Pascal to come further across. And you see the train. Llorente comes further across. Sam Greenwood can sit in. Aronson can tuck in. Space for Drame out there. Presence on the ball. There's options now. Everyone has a position. You see? There's reason for it. Again, a second later. He whips a ball in here, which is a brilliant ball. Probably not the right ball, just in terms of look at starting positions. They're not really going to get into the box. But again, Firpo making that running behind. Gnonto, a little ball into Gnonto and a flick from Gnonto there. We're in. You see what I mean? There's options. But again, presence, gets the ball in the box, bounces there, decent ball, goes out to Drame, we keep it alive, and we create a chance from it. We get a corner which leads to Strauch's header. Now here again, look where he's picking the ball up. Look what he's enabled. Llorente's give him the ball here. Space. Who's marking him? Well, ideally, you'd want the winger to tuck in, right? Or the striker, or the centre mid, or the centre mid here. But what's happened is we've overloaded this area. Gnonto's out wide now, and Firpo is in between these two at all times, creating confusion. And this is allowed by the positioning of Max Weber. And Firpo in that second half, I watched it back, I'm not exaggerating, Firpo was arguably our most effective player, bar Weber. He was very good in the second half. Going forward, he's the threat. And this is what I mean when I don't give up on players like, as an out-and-out left-back, he's defending his suspect. However, but there's ways in games where he can be really effective. He's a professional footballer. They all have that in them. It's about adapting and finding them ways. And with Weber, if we can, obviously, look, you got to take the opponent in perspective, obviously. You won't get this time on the Premier League pitch, whatever, right? But it's about mannerisms. It's about attention. It's about retaining the ball. It's about understanding what to do with the ball. It's about understanding the system and the tactics. And they did that. And Weber was a big part of that. Before that, it wasn't really there like that. But look, the intentions here. I think that it chooses the wrong pass here. It should go into Firpo, which leads to 2v1 out here. He tries the ball over to Nonto, which is good because look how tight he is and his spacing behind. But it was just hit too heavy. But again, the intention. Again here, and this is just something to watch. Look where Wober is. What he did was, so again, Darko and Sam before would have been in here, right? They'd have both been in here. But what we've done is Wober, what he did was he started around here. All he did was scurry back, just drop back a little bit. Occupied 4 players. Who am I marking? Who am I marking? Who am I marking? Probably looking over his shoulder as well. And occupying these players has allowed Greenwood to also come out, which leaves him in a predicament. Do I go here? Do I sit? Which then leaves him in a predicament. Do I go here? If he comes in here, you have space there. Pascal can drive. You've then got Gnonto, Firpo, and Wober in this area. Right? Dangerous attack. We're asking them questions. If he goes out here, if this guy goes out here, Aronson has all this space to occupy in here. If he doesn't, Greenwood has space to occupy in here. Drame, by the way, is off picture. He's very high up. And this is what a player can do. One little movement from here back to here has caused problems, big problems. And it's little movements like that. It's little areas which a team can be exploited. It's as simple as that. Football is like that at times. A movement from there to there has occupied so much area for these players to play in. Again, this to be honest, this one's more on Junior. I'm doing a bit on Junior as well. So Wober comes in this position, drags 2 guys with him. Junior, and if you look at his time at his previous club, he's very good at coming inside. He's more of an underlapper than an overlapper, which in this game we saw, right? He did it a lot, and he was in the box a lot in the second half. Wober here just gets the ball. All it is a little flick in this area, like we used to see, you know, what Click used to do back in the day and stuff like that. Hernandez used to do little flicks in this area. Firpo gets the ball, and he drives down here. He drives through it because he's quick. And we know that. He's quick and he's got decent ball control. Right? And he can be direct if he wants to be. Little ball in here. He doesn't know he's marking. He doesn't know he's marking because this is a central midfielder. And he's further wide than the fullback, which creates inverted fullbacks, which creates problems. We see City do it every week. Right? He does that. Little flick. Boom. He should stay there. Done that. Right. We've got options here. Look at us here. Now, purpose. Right? They're not just running for a reason. He has space out there, which is the ball to give any day of the week. Who is that? That Rodrigo. Rodrigo's drifted out. And then in here we've got, what, 2v2? Rame's popping up there. It creates opportunities already because of one little movement and one little pass. There we go, Rodrigo. The ball is, it's good. Look, the idea is round there, which he tries, but he hits it too hard and it goes out. But again, look at the options here. These guys are here. Ideally, I think we prefer Gnonto to make... Gnonto makes a run down. I leave just further out, leave space for Gelhardt in behind. But whatever, right? Drame's got him every day of the week. So if he makes that run out there, there's 2 in here that have got that area occupied, but he trying to makes a run in here, which don't do that. But options. This all came from one little flick. A little position change from Wober. A little flick inside from Firpo. That's where they started. And that's Firpo, by the way, there. That's him. That's our fullback. Being effective. Again. Wober occupying this space. Firpo, freedom. Which gives Gnonto freedom. Which gives Aronson freedom. Sam Greenwood freedom. Right? This is what unlocking a player can do. Unlocking a tactic. This is what we want to do. And a lot of this is out wide. And people say we don't play wide. Well, that's rubbish. If we have the players to do that, we will do it. And now we have a player who looks like he can do that in certain situations. We've not yet to see him in a full Premier League game, right? Obviously, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying in situations this could happen. And this is very important to adapt as well. Look at the spaces we've got. Look, here, 1v1. Firpo's going in. Who's going to mark him? Him? That leaves space for Wober in here. He drags him out, space for Wober. He's got to come across, space for Sam. He's got to come out, space for Vic. I could go on, right? And this is all on positioning. If he's not here, if he's further in here, right, he's going to drop on there, and he's going to drop on there, and then he can just drop in here. Sitting back, identifying where it is, he gives it to Firpo, backheels it. Gives us options. Self-explanatory. Look at this. Centre mid here. Who's marking him? That's not the fullback. That is. That's the fullback. He's thinking, so whose man's that? That's his man. But he can't leave that space. If he leaves that space, Gelhart's got all this space in here to do what he wants. Little ball to Nyonto, you're in. Simple as that. Little positioning helps. And it's so important. And this is all to do with getting players that fit the system or understand it. And this is one which is pivotal in this situation. Yeah, let's see him in other games. But this is this situation. Look at this. Occupying this area. He gets the ball in there. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Drame's out here. That's the fullback. That looks better, doesn't it? If you go right back to the first half, you see? Not really affecting it. Wober would be here. Gives Firpo can go out there. Nyonto can go out there. Right? Little things like that. Again, picks the ball up. Look at the options here. Don't know who to get tight to. You can't be marked. You can't do it. Ball goes in here. Firpo receives it, turns with it. Look at the position here now. Easy ball here, cut back. Shot on target at least. Right? And this is it, guys. This is it. And this is Junior Firpo, a guy which was done. And I get it. I get it. It's against Cardiff. I get it. It's the mannerism. It's the idea. It's the thinking. It's the process of thinking, let's do this. It's been effective in a game. And this has been effective in a game. This is what it can do. And Firpo was very good, was he not? Look at this. We look dangerous. Options here. It's all come from a simple movement back here to create space. Here, identify this. Again, he's occupying that area. He doesn't need to be in there. He's identified it. Look, there's no one in there. They're sitting deep. We're thinking, why do we need to be in there? Let's play out wide. Let's play around them. And we can do that. We know we can. Look, Sam Green was good second half as well. There was similar things on this side. Not as effective, but similar things. Wober demanding. Standing there demanding, telling Strike what to do. And here we have it, look. Look at this. Look at this. You can't push out on him. So what does that lead to? Keep an eye on it. Look at that. Look at the areas, the spaces we've got in here. Positioning from Wober. Occupying that right side, that left side of midfield. / left back. Look. Firpo, go. Go up. Nyonto, go up. Similar on this side. Sam Green was positioned, allowed Llorente to push up, which allowed Drame to push up. It looks like a different team. And this is another one, a drive from Firpo. Gets the ball in here. He just drives inside with it. Confidence. He drives inside with it. It gives the ball in here to Joseph, who flicks it round to Rodrigo, who Rodrigo shoots, which leads to we know what. Look, simple things. That's all come from Firpo. Being effective. Little ball in there. Little flick round from Joseph. Great flick to Rodrigo. Has a shot. Comes to Firpo, who, by the way, was left back. He's now middle of the box. Should have been a goal, but what a save from the young man. All right? Been effective. And this was one I left in. Just a little one. Nyonto's down. Look who's first over to him. It's Max Wober. First over to him. Ask him if he's all right. See if he's all right. Straight over. He ran over. He sprinted over. Right? Little things like that, which I love. Keep an eye on this. Again, look at this. Width. 2v2. We don't play wide, by the way. And people are going to say, yeah, we only played wide because we had nothing to lose. All right? But we've identified that now. And we've seen how that can be effective. Let's see how we progress. It's all about progression. Okay? Again, keep an eye out here. We're not narrow anymore. I'd love to see why. Also, I'm not part of the Leeds coaching staff. I have no idea why. Was it Wobber? Was it introducing him? Did we tell him to do this? Was it a situation where the players went, right, well, I'll stay out here? I highly doubt. It's a tactic. You've worked on it. If teams sit deeper, play wider, right? Risk, pressure, we're losing. There's nothing to lose kind of thing. Confidence. So many things. So many things. But look how better we look. You don't know what there. Purple out there. This looks better. Just a few more runs in here. Different type of runs. Joseph could maybe pop in there. You know, he's occupied here. Whoop, little pop in there. You know? Shout out to Drama as well, he was decent. Look out wide again. That's Max Wobber. Where's Junior? Oh, he's here. You see? Who's marking him? That's a fullback. Whose man's that? He's just drifting in there. Been dangerous because he can, because he's been enabled. Willow's just staying out there. Don't need to come in. Look at the options in the box. Wobber at the left back. Junior's in there. 4 men in the box. 4v4. Get on the edge. Fine. Positioning again. There it is. Give it to Nyanto. 1v1 out wide. 4 men. Ready in the box. 1v1 out wide. 4 men in the box. Ready to pounce. There's Firpo again, by the way. He's left back. You talk about counter, but Wobber's in there. We're tight to our men in here. Look, there's no gaps. Pascal's tight. He's tight. He's tight there. Cross into the box. And again, we're talking about Firpo, guys. Because he's here. He's been dangerous. He's been effective. Max Wobber's positioning here is allowing Firpo in here. He's been effective. He's freed up the team. Great ball from Nyanto. What a flick, by the way. And he's on the pitch, which means he's not offside. Great poaching for Sonny Perkins. What a day. What a moment for him. Right? That's it. That's it. That's football. That initial change in substitution with someone who knows the system, understands the project, understands the assignment, understands what needs to be done, has experience, is very intelligent, I've been told. Clearly, evidence shows it. Leadership, initiative. This is what you can do. There's a lot more to football than physical. A lot more than the stat. And I love stats, but there's a lot more. Positional play is vital. And that's what I'm on about with the new site, the new striker we're about to get. People looking at his goals, guys. And when we need to announce him, because I want to do this video, there's more than goals in a football player. You tell me a striker that's prolific in the top 5 European leagues that is under 20 years old that we could sign. You tell me. I'll wait. It doesn't exist. That's what is the point. It does not exist. If he's got everything, we're not signing him. It's as simple as that. But anyway, that's not about him. But that's what I mean. But imagine in this situation, right? You've got Adams and Rocker throwing there. You've got Sinistera to come back. Somerville can be effective. Get a new striker. Rodrigo came on at half time. There's options. It's not as bad as it's not as bleak. We played very well in that second half. The first half wasn't as good, but when we have system players in the team, it works much more effectively, and that is proof. Now we've got to take this into the Premier League, and Wobber has to hope he understands that this is not the level. Right? It will be higher, it will be harder. You've got to be more consistent, and let's see. But this is a promising sign. As an analyst, this is what you look out for. You can't say as an analyst, oh, well, it was only against Cardiff. No. You judge everything, every moment a footballer does. And it leads to good things. Look, it's difficult, it's hard, we're frustrating at times, but people that say no plan, I see something. Now it's about understanding this, getting more players in that understand it, and being better. It's simple as that. Being better as a club, being better in every area of the pitch, being more consistent on every area of the pitch. And we will be fine. We're in 14th. We'll be fine if that happens. We have to be solid now. We have to understand our identity. We have to play like that. We have to be what we can. If we need to adapt, we have to adapt. But This is just an example of how one player can change a game. Forget the team, forget the opponent, forget who you're playing for. Forget everything. Forget the name of the player. This is just a football example of how one player can change a good football match. Simple as that. And appreciate the support. This took a while, so I would appreciate a like, a comment. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I wish I could show the videos. That'd be a lot more easy, but obviously you can't. You get copyright. It's YouTube. Yeah, I appreciate the support. Class on the last video. The comments were brilliant. I'm still getting back. Apologies. I take a while. I know. But yeah, thanks for the support. I'll see you soon. Peace.